The air changes first, that crisp scent of autumn that makes wool feel right again. Brown meets blue, two tones, two moods, both timeless. One warm, earthy, confident. The other cool, structured, composed. This is where modern classic begins. Autumn isn't about trends, it's about texture. Wool, suede, denim, leather, each tells a story. Brown whispers comfort, blue speaks discipline. Together, they define balance. You can wear both, but never carelessly. It's not about matching colors, it's about matching energy. Brown grounds you, blue elevates you. When they meet, something quietly powerful happens. This isn't old money, it's evolved confidence. Call it modern classic. The kind of style that doesn't shout, it suggests. A look that works in Milan, London, or a quiet city street. Because real style travel. Start with your foundation, a brown wool blazer or navy overshirt. Pair it with neutral trousers, off-white, charcoal, or sand. Footwear, think texture, suede loafers, chocolate boots, or polished derby. Autumn rewards the man who layers wisely. It's not about more clothes, but smarter one. A navy knit beneath a camel coat. A chestnut scarf that breaks the blue. A leather strap watch, subtle, not screaming. Because timeless isn't about showing, it's about knowing. Notice how brown feels familiar, but never boring. How blue feels safe, but never predictable. Modern classic is all about proportion, not just fit, intention. Every piece has a reason to exist. You can tell when a man dresses with thought, not impulse. His look feels effortless, but nothing is random. That's the secret of timeless men. They know that comfort isn't the same as careless. A soft turtleneck, a structured jacket. That's autumn's dialogue, relaxed strength. Look at brown under sunlight, it glows, almost golden. See blue under shade, it deepens, turns mysterious. This season, play with both worlds. Let brown tell your story. Let blue frame it. That's how men create presence, not noise. Because when your outfit feels right, you move differently. More grounded, more aware. That's modern classic. It's not clothes, it's composure. Style that ages like wine, not like trend. And autumn is the perfect stage for it. Step outside, the city is your runway now. Every street corner becomes a frame. A man walking past a cafe window, coat flowing, steps certain. He's not chasing attention, he's commanding it quietly. Because good style never asks for approval, it earns it. Blue reflects restraint, the kind that comes from discipline. Brown reflects warmth, the kind that comes from self-assurance. Together, they tell the story of balance. Smart casual isn't about breaking rules. It's about understanding them deeply enough to bend them with grace. The right outfit doesn't just make you look better, it changes how you move. Your posture aligns. Your pace slows. You notice details again. The way your coat catches the wind. The sound of boots on pavement. The reflection of your silhouette in a glass wall. Style isn't decoration, it's awareness. It reminds you to show up, fully, because how you present yourself affects how you perform. A navy trench paired with tan chinos, timeless. A light knit replaces formality, effortless confidence. That's modern classic, precision without pressure. Notice the tones. Brown softens the edges of blue. Blue, in turn, gives structure to brown. They complement like calm and confidence. Autumn fashion thrives on contrast. Soft against strong, light against deep, movement against stillness. The man who understands this doesn't need logos. He wears confidence, not branding. That's what separates timeless style from temporary noise. Every season tries to sell you something new, but autumn, if you pay attention, brings you back to what matters. Texture, tone, fit, not the price, the presence. Modern classic style is an act of restraint. Owning less, but owning well. Choosing pieces that last, not for months, but for years. Because elegance isn't about spending, it's about selecting. Every piece you wear is a reflection of how much you value yourself. That's why details matter. The cuff of a sleeve, the roll of a collar, the subtle break of a trouser. These things separate dressed men from stylish men, and stylish men from timeless one. When blue and brown meet, they create depth, a palette that feels human, approachable yet elevated. Wear it right, and people won't just notice the outfit, they'll notice you. Not because you're loud, but because you're composed. And that's the kind of presence that lasts longer than any trend. Modern classic isn't a look, it's a language. And autumn is when it speaks the clearest. Somewhere between morning fog and golden dusk, the streets come alive. You see it in reflections, blue coats cutting through amber leaves, brown scarves blending with cafe tones and brick wall. Every color feels intentional, like a frame from a film, because autumn doesn't rush, it lingers. And timeless style follows the same rhythm. No flashy patterns, no forced statements, just textures that speak softly. Corduroy against denim, wool brushing leather, tones that remind you of coffee, rain, and conversation. Brown carries the warmth of experience, blue carries the calm of clarity, and together, they create presence, not performance. A man in a navy overcoat pauses near a bookstore window. The light catches the suede on his shoes. He looks composed, not style, because real elegance doesn't come from effort, it comes from ease. When you dress with intention, life feels cinematic. You start noticing how moments fit together. The echo of footsteps, the quiet of a morning commute, even the steam rising from your cup feels like part of your rhythm. That's the beauty of modern classic, it slows time down. You stop chasing trends and start inhabiting them. Autumn teaches patience. It's the season of subtle confidence, the man who understands that wears his clothes differently. Not to impress, but to align. Every layer says something about his pace, his priorities, his peace. A navy knit layered beneath a brown wool jacket, simple, deliberate. It's the visual language of a man who knows his worth. No words needed. That's what separates timeless from temporary. The modern classic man doesn't seek attention, he attracts it naturally. He's comfortable in silence. He knows that elegance is quiet power. When you walk through a city dressed with purpose, the world seems to slow down. Doors open differently. People respond differently. Because how you present yourself changes the energy around you. Brown and blue become more than colors, they become your statement. Grounded yet graceful, warm yet defined. The perfect mirror of who you're becoming. Autumn gives men a chance to rediscover themselves. To evolve style from surface to substance. To make every outfit a reflection, not a disguise. That's the essence of modern classic, authenticity through detail. Even the way you button your coat says something. Confidence isn't loud, it's intentional. It's the space between movements, the pause before action. Modern classic style captures that perfectly. It's fashion for men who no longer chase, but attract. A quiet walk through an autumn alley says more than any designer logo. Because class is a rhythm, not a brand. Blue and brown, opposites that agree on one thing, subtle power. Every photograph, every glance, every stride carries a story. One that says, I've grown, but I haven't forgotten who I am. That's what timeless means. The man who wears navy wool knows discipline. The man who wears brown suede knows comfort. Together, they wear wisdom. Autumn rewards that kind of maturity. It's not youth that makes a man stylish, it's awareness. You can see it in how he adjusts his sleeve, how he carries his bag, how he looks at the world, not to impress it, but to belong to it. Street style isn't rebellion anymore, it's refinement. The kind that understands balance between boldness and restraint. Your outfit should feel like a conversation with yourself. Every piece, every layer, reflecting who you've become. That's why modern classic isn't just clothing, it's clarity. When brown and blue meet, they remind you to be both grounded and focused, both soft and sharp, both human and deliberate. Because style is a mirror of character. Autumn just makes it easier to see. The man walking past you in the city, you notice him not because he's loud, but because he's centered. That's power. It's not money, it's composure. It's not showing off, it's showing up. When a man dresses with awareness, the world feels different around him. He moves through noise with calm, through crowds with purpose, through time with grace. That's the silent authority of timeless style. And in autumn, it speaks louder than words. Every soft coat fold, every warm tone, becomes an expression of elegance. That's how modern classic men mark presence, without ever asking for it. It's not costume, it's identity. It's not nostalgia, it's refinement. And brown versus blue, that's not a battle, it's a balance. The kind of harmony only experience can teach, because at the end of the day, the best outfit isn't worn, it's lived, and autumn gives you the perfect reason to live it beautifully. When the leaves start to fall, so do the pretenses. Autumn reveals what's real, in nature, and in men. The noise fades, the colors soften, and what's left is essence. That's where timeless style lives. In the quiet confidence of a man who knows who he is. He doesn't dress to compete. He dresses to express alignment between his mind and his movement. Brown and blue become metaphors, warmth and wisdom, structure and soul. This isn't fashion content, it's a reflection of rhythm. How life looks when you stop rushing to be noticed. Every man eventually learns this truth. Style is less about impressing others, more about respecting yourself. Because when you respect yourself, everything aligns: your clothes, your tone, your presence. The street becomes your mirror. Every reflection reminds you of progress, not perfection. Your shoes carry stories, your coat carries season, and your posture carries intention. This is what it means to age with grace, to let your look evolve, not fade. Autumn isn't the end, it's refinement in motion. It's proof that change can be elegant. So when you choose brown or blue this season, don't just think in colors, think in meaning. Brown, stability, empathy, grounded energy. Blue, clarity, focus, restraint. Combine them, and you create quiet power. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that holds it. A power built on awareness, not arrogance. Modern classic men understand this instinctively. They value texture over trend, quality over quantity, subtlety over spectacle. That's why they never go out of style. Because trends fade fast, but presence lingers. Autumn street style is your opportunity to reset that presence. To remind the world, and yourself, that simplicity is sophistication. You don't need more. You need meaning. You don't need to follow. You need to refine. That's the timeless way. Every step, every fold, every shade of brown and blue, it all adds up to a quiet statement: I know who I am. And when you know that, everything you wear becomes art. The street becomes your gallery. The season becomes your soundtrack. And you, the man who blends confidence with calm, become the story itself. That's modern classic. That's timeless. That's the essence of style that never ages. Because real elegance doesn't live in fabric, it lives in how you carry yourself through time. So step into autumn with intent, with warmth, with depth, and let your presence, not your outfit, do the talking.